This is the book of Romans 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. First and foremost, we give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the hopefully like men that scattered abroad, pushing this truth without sincerity. Shalom to a few sisters that's getting in orders at these last days. Right? Coming to the quick hitter, Lord Witness, edifying, faith booster. Done. This video has came out plenty of times. Just speaking about the ancient time, our forefathers, man. Trials and tribulations, right? And we know that right now we're in the current time we're at the doorstep of all hell breaking loose, Jacob's trouble. Despite that, what's going on right now in the media, the Montgomery shit, we still gotta keep our head on the swivel, keep our armor geared tight, understand that we finna go inside some real troubling times. All right, and we'll always keep the things written aforetime, right, on our mind, right? That's gonna keep us geared up, wired tight inside these times to come, knowing that we have to be in the mix, right? And a great example is, this story right here. All right, I'm not going to go into it. I just want to bring out just the point, keeping your mind sharp, man. Think about, reflect on the times of our forefathers, man, how they had went through the time of temptation, adversity, and they made it through, And like I said, you go to Daniel chapter 3, they speak about the three holy children, right? Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, right? But it says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, right? Because the Lord already knew. I'm going to set this up right now. I'm going to set this scenario up, right? So y'all can reflect off of it, Speaking on, the three holy children, right? They had to go through the furnace, right? In a burning furnace to the point the man that lowered them down in there died. That's how hot the furnace was, right? And when we look at this picture, you can see in the background, you can see like the neck part, right? And that's supposed to be, Yahweh Shah. In these times to come, we shouldn't be having no doubts, right? Because we got to go through it. It ain't no, oh, I'm saved already. We got to go through it. He that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. Right? So I'm going to read this back one more time. It says, Romans 15, verse 4, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, right? And I just want to jump, to the book of Sirach 2, verse 10, right? These scriptures are going to be what's going to comfort us inside these times, right? So it says, Sirach 2, verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, and was confounded, right? Because, end of the day, we come to a symbolic time, right? Yet, I'm going to speak on, matter of fact, I can speak on two examples, right? Starting off with them, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, right? They was doing what was their temptation? To bow down. When they hear the music, right? When you go inside the story. Also, another one, that's probably that's neck and neck, right? When you go to the book of 2nd Maccabees chapter 7, going to the 7 children, right? What was their temptation? They had to taste swine's flesh. And they had the mindset of telling the king, we are ready to die than to transgress the law. Right? Meaning, so therefore they had to go through this adversity, right? But keeping that faith, keeping that integrity. Even though they got, put to death, but it was only for a moment, because we know that the Lord's elect, some may get knocked to the spiritual realm for a moment, right? But the dead shall rise first, as the scripture says. Right? So in these times to come, we have to be in the same mindset. We know we have to go through the hour of temptation with the charagma, right? Revelation 13:16. You know, but the thing about it is like this picture, man. Yahweh shall gonna be in the mix of us, man. Where he say, my servant shall eat, my servant shall drink. You know, where he's like how it was when they went into the wilderness. You know, they clothes did not deteriorate, right? Yahweh shall gonna be every day. Yahweh shall gonna be there every step of the way. And we must keep that in mind, man. Like I said, despite of what's going on, the confusion around us, getting a lot of, I'm gonna say the other people, because, you know, we paying attention over here. You know, we staying level headed. We steady, you know, keeping these things in mind, right? Esau Edom's finna come down with great wrath, right? But we must keep our head on the swivel and understand that, hey, it's about to get real crazy out here, man. Right? Matter of fact, I'll start back up. I'm gonna start up at Sirach 2 verse 1. Then I'll jump back down to it. Salakia. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Right? And this is what we're doing, man. We're preparing our soul. We're reading up on how our forefathers had to go through this, man. Had to go through these trying times. And what they did, they got through it. You know? And if they did had to pass away like the 7 brothers, guess what? They died with the knowledge. They kept the faith. They stood on business. And this is what we should be doing, man. Right? Verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly, right? Continually, right? Endure, right? And you know, endure means, you know, make hard, right? It means to suffer, right? So we about to come to a time like temptation, right? But the Lord tell you, hey, when you come to serve me, prepare thy soul, right? Prepare thy soul for temptation, right? Like, hey, the three holy men. You didn't think they had that was a temptational time, right? That was a test, right? They could have easily said, you know what, fuck it, I know that shit hot, and bow down to the music. You know, we come to a time where, hey, people are gonna be tempted to the point where, hey, you know what, I think my baby's finna pass away. Let me go ahead and just feed them. Let me take the karag so I can get them some food. You know, but hey, we gotta keep this in mind, man. Yahweh Shemashah gonna see us through. You know, I'm gonna jump down and I'm gonna close out after that. Right? It says, Sirach 2 verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Right? Hey, I always bring up, you know, Elijah, you know, getting fed. You know, hey, wasn't forsaken, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Right? And it is just the point, man. You know, we want to keep thinking about these accounts, thinking about how the Lord delivered, right? He showed up. He gonna show up regardless, but you gotta believe that. You know, I'm gonna jump to the book of Ephesians 6. You know, just something real quick. You know, call Allah Yahweh Shem Shah, another precept that was added on to my thoughts. Let me jump to it right quick. All right. So, you know, we're in a spiritual time, man. We're in a spiritual war, right? We want to have that victory against, you know, the beast, man, against Esau, right? But Esau finna come with all he got, you know, and we just want to, you know, hey, we want to make Yahweh Shem Shah proud, man. So with that being said, hey, we got to be walking in the ways, man, being prepared that, hey, he about to try us like never before. Right. So this right here, the book of Ephesians 6 verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, and in the power of his might. Right. Be strong, man. Right. Hey, look, they didn't even think twice. Even with the 7 children, they didn't even think twice. He said, we are rather to die than transgress the law. He said, what he said? He said, he spake quickly. To that effect, he spake quickly. Like, hey, come on with it. Go ahead and put me to sleep. You know, cause what he said, he know that we gonna have a resurrection of life. You know, we already know what's after this. Esau can't do nothing. You know, he says, be strong in the Lord, right? Because, hey, we show up to the plate. Yahweh Shemashah gonna show up to the plate, right? He gonna help us out. You know, it says, verse 11, it says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shemashah, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right? And that's the whole thing about it, man. Our forefathers had on the whole armor to the point where, hey, if it came down to it, we put our life on the line. You know, same thing today. You gotta be ready to put your life on the line if it comes down to it, man. You know, and that wiles going to craftiness of the devil. Who's that devil? Right? Goes into the Greek word diablos. You know, Esau Edom, right? Not Job 9:24, man. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. You know, so it was just something quick that was on my spirit, man. I see this picture and just I reflect on it a lot. You know, because it just proved the point that, hey, we have to go through these times to see the miracle of Yahweh Shai, you know, pull through for us, man. Right? And so, Lord willing, it was edifying and a faith booster. You know, I'm going to close out by giving all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Till next time, shalom, and stay up and stay in the spirit. Hey, stay strong. Shalom.